I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. Greetings. Happy Monday morning to you all. Hope you all had a nice Sunday. I don't want to S my own D, but I swept the board. Obviously, I'm saying it tongue in cheek. I placed one bet. It won. So I did sweep. But I went.
No lies were told.
No lies were told. I did sweep. But the only bet I placed today was Pelicans +9. Came down to the last possession. Pelly's played them tough. Man, the Grizzlies defense without Jaren Jackson Jr., it's like an auto fade. They can't stop anybody. But yeah.
Ooh, I had a question. I have a question, really quick question, since it is sports related, and somebody asked me today and I didn't know. Do the Grizzlies not play Ja Morant just to like save him, or is he constantly injured?
Well, it's like a few things. Like he's been dinged up here and there. Also, it's load management and there's a lot going on.
All right, I was just curious. I figured if there was somebody that knew, it'd be you.
He also hasn't played quite the same this year, and who knows.
Fair.
So I have 7 games queued up. It was tough because as I was making the graphics, we didn't know who was playing in some of these. So first one I got up, I believe, is the first game of the day, Delaware Towson. Is this the championship for this conference? Let me look it up.
No.
All right, so
I think it's the semis.
Semifinal. Yep, semifinal. So Towson -5.5. I believe that's still the line as well. What do you think? Actually, I'm seeing 5s, and I even see a 4.5. So it looks like this line's dropping a little bit.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm Trevor to see what Trevor says, because I know that Towson they beat this team twice in a row, but neither team was like super convincing. And Delaware is on a little bit of a run here. You can put the blue hens up for me for sure. Again, I don't even think that Towson really looked that good against Drexel personally, so I think they got lucky to get that cover. So the one solid thing that I love about the solid thing about Towson is that they've all played together for a very long time and they're all very experienced. So that's a huge edge to Towson. But again, I do think that Delaware has one of those Cinderella slippers on in a way. They're just playing fantastic. I mean, putting up 100 points on William and Mary is kind of impressive on a neutral court. There's no question about that. So yeah, it's Delaware for me.
Trev?
Yeah, I like Towson. Delaware, getting here, they played Stony Brook, beat them by 4. You played a beat-up, injured Campbell team, won by, 17? And then you put up 100 today against William and Mary. Now you got to go face a tough Towson team that's very physical, very aggressive defensively. And, their offense is not too bad. I know watching it sometimes it could be disgusting, but they force turnovers. They don't give the ball away. They can rebound. Like Toast said, these guys have been together forever. Like they have 2.17 years of experience too. So that it's like an older experienced team, and they've played together. I like Towson here. I think people are betting Delaware just because they are on a run. They've won 3 straight in the conference tournament here. So there's that. But the competition they've played is not that good. Towson did get a little scared from Drexel today, but they managed to close it out and get the dub and covered. So I think tomorrow Towson will get bet down a little bit due to just March magic for Delaware. People will buy him, but I think at the end of the day, the size and physicality and defense from Towson is going to reign supreme in this one.
As far as the comments, pretty split. Marcus Frederick says Towson, don't overthink it. David Barfield says Towson, but you got a couple people here taking Delaware as well. Tony the Tiger Hunter is on UDel. Sheed's on UDel. So yeah, pretty split. As far as the poll, slightly leaning towards Delaware, but yeah, it seems like the community is pretty split on this one. I'm not going to bet it. Next up is Wofford Furman. When I made this graphic, this line was just opening up, so it may have moved. It looks like it's at 2 now. So I have Furman -1. It looks like it's at 2. I even see a couple 2.5s. So I'm going to run the poll at Furman -2. Yeah. Trev?
Yeah, I like Furman here. That the line, maybe it was. I stared at it for a second. I thought it was a little weird. Furman does come with a little little name tax on it, especially after that game against Virginia like 2-3 years ago. So people definitely remember that. But Furman, they're a good team. They had a rough start to the year. They've started figuring it out lately. They're getting this done, and I was going to sit here and wait and see if it flipped over because I love a good line flip, but it's moving up. So I'm going to grab Furman. I'm going to play the 2. -2 because shout out being offshore. I can't bet money lines until the next morning, so I'll snag the 2 and ride with them. I like the Paladins here. Paladins beat up dogs, so especially little ankle biter terriers. So give me Furman here. Wofford, good run, but their competition they played has not been great. Furman's they Chattanooga and who was the other? Sanford. Yeah.
Two of the top 3 teams in the conference.
Yep, and I faded Furman today because I thought they couldn't bounce back and play again that good again, but they did. Shout out them. So I think they got it going, and they're going to get this one done tomorrow.
Toast, you're on Furman too?
Yeah, I've already bet them on the money line at -130. I've bet them their last couple games as well. They've been a covering machine for me over the last week. So took a kind of a bath today in all my teams covering. A whole bunch of favorites wins. Good job, world. It's one of those situations, but yeah, I think that I think Furman's just playing way too good right now. They've already beat 2 of the top 3 teams in the Southern Conference, and now they're facing a significant step down in competition in Wofford. So again, I know that Wofford has been playing somewhat decently lately, but and they did play Furman close to end of the year, but I think that it's time for Furman to go dancing.
All right, let's move on to the next one, and this next one is interesting. One sec. So this next one. So is this line super sharp or super dumb? Robert Morris, who has been a covering freak. They're like 25-7 against the number this year. Only laying 2.5 to an Oakland team who was just catching points from freaking. Who were they just catching points from?
Milwaukee.
From Milwaukee. They were just catching what 6.5. Now they play Robert Morris, who's been an absolute machine, and it's down to 2.5. So,
Robert Morris is 2.5. They've also played earlier this year, and Robert Morris was only 1.5.
Well, but earlier in the year, okay, depending on when it was played. I'm talking about right now. Robert Morris has been a machine. Milwaukee's laying 6.5 to Oakland. Now this is 2.5. This is either the sharpest Oakland bet ever, or this is a layup on Robert Morris.
I mean, you can go. Trevor, my only pushback to that, I mean, yes, but Robert Morris has also been playing like the lower level Horizon teams like Wright State, IU Indy. No offense.
Whoa!
I'm just saying again. I'm just saying. No offense. We're not talking about heart though right now. I mean, they did cover against Milwaukee, but they didn't cover against Green Bay. IPFW is, I guess, somewhat decent. I'm curious to hear what Trevor has to say because I have a feeling I'm going to be playing Oakland, but I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, when I saw this line, I was immediately like, "Oh, this line just feels like Oakland." But I'm going Bobby Moe here. I wanted to fade him with their whole luck metric. I tried that; it did not work out. I just think they've just got some shit to them, the it factor. And getting 2.5, I think Oakland's got a little bit of a tax on it because it is Greg Campy. Everyone's aware of what they did. They're always good in this conference. I'm not saying they're a bad team or anything, but Robert Morris just has it going on right now. They've been monsters all year, and even on a neutral, I don't really worry about them too much. Oakland, I know, doesn't foul much, but they just played Milwaukee. Those two absolutely hate each other. That was a huge game. That place was packed. That place was lit. It was jumping, and they got a big win there. So I know this is the semifinals for the conference tournament. Like, they're not going to be hung over, but that was a massive game for them, just for personal pride and everything. And Robert Morris has found a way to get things done this year. So I laid it with Robert Morris. I took the 2.5. I'm just gonna ride with him.
I'm putting it up for me too. I like Oakland, but this is too short.
Yeah, you can definitely put up Oakland for me. I think that Oakland's going to try to slow this game down, and if they can slow this game down and try to force Robert Morris to beat them in the half court, I think they're going to have a little bit of success here. So, again, it's not like the Oakland defense is anything special, but they're everything that they do funnels everything inside. And Robert Morris is a team that I don't really trust shooting the three ball that much. I know what you're mean, Trevor, when you say that you tried to fade them and it didn't work out with that luck metric, but again, if they can replicate that against Oakland, as I would say, they can have my money. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to wait for this line to continue to get bet up. But I will be on Oakland tomorrow. It just depends on what the number is. I have a significant coaching advantage as well.
Toast is fading a team that's 25-7 against the spread.
Should be free.
As far as the couple people in the comments, like over there, got Sheed on over, got Gabe Gutierrez on Oakland, AM's on Robert Morris.
I will say if it comes down to fouling and in free throws for that over, Oakland doesn't foul much. So if they have to sit there and like foul 2, 3, 4 times at the end to get to the bonus, that could eat up some time and possessions potentially. But and just overall, they just don't foul. So I mean, I don't think Robert Morris is going to be shooting a ton of free throws tomorrow anyway. So there's that little angle. But I mean, still they'll foul to the bitter end because this is it for everybody.
Robert Morris also can't shoot free throws either. Neither team can.
Free throws are overrated.
So we got the Montana State Pumas against the Idaho State Spider Cats.
Bobcats.
Did I get Pumas right?
No, they're the Bobcats.
Oh, then what's Idaho State?
Bengals.
Very close. I mean,
I have no idea. Go ahead.
You were right there.
I have no idea. Wait, is this poll not working? Why is no one voting?
they don't care about They don't like Big Sky basketball, I guess. Clearly not.
I'm gonna start the poll. So what do you, Toast? What do you think about this Big Sky?
It would be Montana State or pass for me. I don't really know. I haven't really watched a lot of this, but I know that Idaho State went on a little bit of a run at the end of the year. But at the same time, I do think that Montana State's probably one of the best teams that they've played in the last for a while. So Montana State beat them earlier in the year by like 5 or something like that. So I will say that I feel like this line is a little bit short. I guess I'm surprised that Montana State opened at +1. I thought they would be a pick or like -1, maybe -1.5. So you can definitely put up Montana State for me. I don't know if I actually bet it or not, but it's really hard for me to bet Idaho State here.
Trevor?
Yeah, I like Idaho State here. I'm going to be on them one way or the other. I'm going to sit and hopefully let this line flip because, people
Trevor's
do like Montana.
Obsessed with flipping lines,
dude. It works. It works. I'm telling you. No, this Idaho State team, I know Montana State's experience. There's some vets in there too, but Idaho State's been playing pretty damn good. They're coming off of a loss to Northern Arizona prior to this. 3 points. Now they get Montana State here. Idaho State really good at rebounding. They don't turn the ball over. They force turnovers. Sure, their shooting can be a little suspect here, but on a neutral court, I'll take the team that doesn't give away possessions, can take some possessions away, and they also rebound pretty damn well. So I will take the Bengals here to get it done. But I'm praying this flips over to like a +1, +1.5 or something because I'd love it even more.
Let's see if anyone in the comments has here. Cybert says, I have no clue.
Here's the thing. I'll just say really quickly. The things that I like about Montana State is they don't turn the basketball over. They're one of the biggest teams in the country. They're one of the biggest benches in the country, or the longest benches in the country, and they're one of like a top 100 experienced team. So there's a lot of positive things if you're looking at that type of stuff from Montana State.
We're polling on Idaho State, but I'm thinking a lot of people might have just clicked one randomly.
Also, Dylan Darling. Get ready to learn that name. He's gonna have a huge day tomorrow.
Let's talk Sunbelt ball. Arkansas State, the Red Wolves.
Dylan Darling had the game of his life against Northern Arizona, and they still lost. Just put that out there.
Yeah, they're just getting a loss out of the way to fire themselves back up for the tournament.
I live on the West Coast. I hear Dylan his name a lot. Unfortunately,
is this Sunbelt championship?
Yeah. Yes, I believe so. I'm pretty positive.
Wow.
Yes, it is. Yep.
So, what are your guys' thoughts?
Go ahead, Trevor. I'm pulling this line up. I want to see what it is.
Yeah, my thoughts. Troy's been hot. They've been really hot. They've been steamrolling teams in this tournament here. So I'm gonna ride with them. I know they're catching points. Maybe that's a little odd, but this team has just been playing a lot better. Arkansas State, we just saw today. Shout out them for blowing the cover because you can't make free throws. Just their inability to make free throws and put games away. Not to mention Troy is very physical. They've been, like I said, hot. They've won by 15 plus each of these times. In the tournament, I believe Arkansas State did beat them this year, though.
Yeah, they split.
They split them. And then they did lose at home to Troy by 1. So, I mean, like, they played tight the second time. The first time was a 12-point blowout. But Troy is – I like what I've seen. Like, if you just watch the game today, like, they own that game every phase of the game. Rebounding, defense, offense, getting turnovers, not turning the ball. Like they were fucking awesome. And Arkansas State just had to go through a little war here today. They were trailing and going back and forth. Had it late, and then whoever they played made a run late and got right back into that game. And the problem is they barely won, but God damn it, who did Arkansas State?
It was South Alabama.
South Alabama.
I just want to point. I mean, okay, go ahead.
South Bama only made 2 threes all day today. They dominated inside the paint, and Troy can definitely do that. So I think Arkansas State's gonna have a little issue interior wise, and I don't think they're gonna run into another luck where a team makes like 2 of 15 from 3 in a game here. So give me Troy.
As far as the comments, we got Cybert's on Arkansas State, but a lot of people taking Troy. G Baby's on Troy. Mob Rules on Troy. Dominique Davis says Troy for me. Semi-lock. It's a semi-lock from Dominique Davis. Toes?
It'll be Arkansas State for me. Just waiting to see what this line does. Again, I know that they didn't really look good from the free throw line today, and that's one thing I did look at, Trevor. I'm sure you know I know that. But at the same time, the game before against Marshall, they shot 22 for 29. So, and they've been a very good free throw shooting all year long. So again, did they have a down game? Yes. But at the same time, they also played Marshall and South Alabama, 2 pretty damn good teams. And I don't think Troy's that much better than either one of those teams. I guess they're maybe a little bit better than Marshall. But at the same time, I just really wasn't impressed with Troy. I mean, beating up on Old Dominion just really wasn't impressive to me. The James Madison win was very, very impressive. There's no question about that. But does Troy replicate what they were able to do, shooting nearly 40% from deep and 60% from the field? I'm not really sure of that. So Arkansas State's been really good to me this year. So I'll be on them. I'm just curious to see what the number turns into, because I haven't seen a lot of love for Troy so far. So I respect it.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Horizon. Youngstown State, Cleveland State. Line is 2. Let's see if it's still 2. Yeah, 2. It's kind of short for the Penguins. It might be a sharp spot to take down Penguins.
I want to take the Penguins so goddamn bad.
I mean, Cleveland State's the better team, though.
Yeah, they're technically, yeah, but Cleveland State has also been really shitty since the month of February started. I don't know what they are in Torvik. They've got to be 250 or worse as far as just overall. Like this team has been absolutely dog shit. They had a really good, solid win to end the year at home, and then they beat Northern Kentucky. But I mean, Northern Kentucky is nothing compared to Youngstown State. So, am I missing something, Trevor? Are you on Youngstown?
No, I'm really scared because I like all of these short favorites, but they're favorites for now. They can easily flip over. Given like every game's
these flips,
1.5. Dude, I'm telling you, when it flips, I'm all on it. I mean, look at Arkansas the other day. I had them +1, and they won by 1. So if you got that -1, you got screwed there. It's all about the number, but at the same time, it's not 100%, obviously. I like the Vikings here. Youngstown away from home hasn't looked great this year. Their wins are IU, Indy, Green Bay by 4 points. They did beat Oakland and Cleveland State on the road, so I'll give them that. But other than that, I mean, Detroit Mercy lost to Northern Kentucky. Like they beat the bottom dwellers of the conference, and then have struggled when they stepped up in competition. Cleveland State, I know, finished the season pretty damn bad. Milwaukee, Detroit, and Fort Wayne were their wins. But I think them coming in on a bad note, they got that big win over Northern Kentucky. I know it was at home, but they got the win in the postseason here. I think they've got confidence built back. Big win over Northern Kentucky too. Now you get Youngstown, who struggles on the road a little bit. They play to their competition. So I think that's going to affect them here tomorrow. Not to mention Cleveland State's defense is really damn good. They force a lot of turnovers. They don't give you open shots. They make it hard on you. And this total, excuse me, feels like a Cleveland State total. Youngstown, if they were going to pop up, I think this total will probably be up in the mid 140s, upper 140s. But we're getting under 140. I think Cleveland State plays lockdown defense tomorrow. Not to mention it's neutral. I will trust the team that's bigger and more experienced to grab rebounds and do what they need to do.
Cool story, Penguins.
Yeah.
Penguins, right, Toast?
Yeah.
What's there to think about? It's a Penguin spot.
No, I agree. I already said. I mean, yeah. I hear what Trevor's saying, but I
don't hear what he's saying.
I've got to see them play well against a good team that's playing. Yeah. I'll be on Young. I don't know if I actually. There's a very good chance I bet Youngstown tomorrow.
Sheed is in the comments taking Youngstown. You love to see it. G Baby's on Youngstown. Cybert. Come on, man. Cybert's on Cleveland State. AM's on Youngstown. Next. Last game we got queued up. And then, we do have a couple lines that are open if you guys want to talk about the games that weren't open when I made the graphics. We got Idaho, Portland State. What a game. The Vandals, huh?
Yeah, man. Portland State's been kind of sneaky hot lately.
Yep.
I don't know if they're 4.5-point favorites on it, but you can put Portland State up for me. I don't trust this Vandals team at all. Pribble's an absolute joke. So you can definitely put up Portland State for me. I don't know if I actually bet it, but they've actually been playing competent basketball for the last 2 weeks or so, if not more. So I'll take the team that's actually playing well.
Disrespectful to the Vandals.
Dude, they suck.
They do suck. Very much so. But I will take Idaho here. I like what they do. They're not pretty. They're not pretty at all. But what they do well is shoot free throws. They don't turn the ball over. They can make some shots. They're just not great at it, but they don't shoot horribly. It's just the defense is kind of what kills them. Portland State's offense, they've popped up here lately, but I don't think it's been dominating to where they should be a 4.5-point favorite against anybody. And especially when you shoot 63% from the free throw line. You can rebound a little bit, but that's about it. You shoot 33% from three, 51% inside, 63% from the free throw line, and you turn it over a ton. So I think on a neutral too, it's kind of equaled out here. They can't shoot the ball. They turn it over. If they get to the line, it's damn near a 50-50 chance they even make it. So asking them to make free throws down the stretch to close out a game is going to be tough. So I'll take the Vandals, lose this game by like 3-4 points.
Oh, wait, hold on. We have one of our Big Sky beat writers in the comments. Eric Shipley says Idaho is a mega nuke.
Idaho money line. Let's go.
And he covers the conference, Toast, so.
Well, he actually does.
Oh, Shipley?
No.
I was going to say, okay, hold on.
Yeah, Shipley's one of the rare.
We're good then.
He's an idiot.
He's a professional.
He used the word mega nuke.
NBA, NHL.
That's true. Shame on me for thinking so.
Promo code Shipley 5 for a free Blue Chew.
Before earlier, we were sweating a bet, and I said, "Yo, we both had the Pelicans +9, and the Pelicans were down 11, and they brought it back within 2 in the fourth quarter." And I tagged him and said, "Yo, you watching?" And he goes, "I'm actually watching Harry and Meghan, but I'm following the game." Like he was watching a reality TV
what is
show.
Harry and Meghan?
All right, so let's the last game.
Harry and Meghan, something I should know.
It's Meghan Markle, from the Suits, and like the Prince.
Oh yeah, I love her. She's hot.
She is. St. Mary's opens up as 18.5, 19-point favorites against Pepperdine. Cinderella, you go Pepperdine, right?
Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see what this line does, but
Cinderella.
I don't know. I really want to. Yeah. Obviously St. Mary's is very, very good, but yeah, I would definitely lean Pepperdine. That's for sure. So Also, Pepperdine beat them by 24. I think they only played them once or twice. They played them once or twice. So once was 30, one was 24. But Pepperdine now has Cinderella slippers on. So.
Guys, let's relax. A couple people said Pepperdine money line in the comments.
No, that would kill Sauce.
No, St. Mary's is already in the tournament. I mean, St. Mary's doesn't care about winning this stupid conference. I mean, they're a class above all the other teams in it.
They definitely care, especially they get another chance at Gonzaga and shit too.
Cybert's on Pepperdine. Everyone's taking Pepperdine. Oh, AM's taking St. Mary's. Anything here, Trevor? Should we move on? We got another game that opened up too. We got one more to talk about.
Yeah, I think Pepperdine, their luck kind of runs out. They played Portland, Oregon State, not a Corvallis, and then a Santa Clara team that doesn't defend and just relies on shooting, and they still outscored them, and they only scored 78 points. I think tomorrow they come back to reality. I think they're going to struggle mightily. Maybe if you want to take it, maybe first half. St. Mary's hasn't played in like a week or so.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, they haven't played since last Saturday, so maybe you take Pepperdine plus 10.5 or whatever first half. They're down by 8 or 9, and then second half St. Mary's
the suffocation begins.
Yep. So I don't hate the first half for Pepperdine, but I'll probably honestly take like Pepperdine team total under or something, or live bet St. Mary's if they're kind of hanging around that 8-9 point window.
And the last game, there's actually two more, but the obviously the Gonzaga game is waiting on the Washington State San Francisco game to end. So we don't know who Gonzaga is playing. But we do know that
they're probably going to play San Francisco. I bet Washington State on the money line.
They're down 9.
I know. I'm watching.
We do know that the College of Charleston is going to play UNC Wilmington for the only game we didn't talk about here, and it looks like UNC Wilmington is laying. It's at 3. It's at Superbook. I'm not seeing it open at a lot of places. I'm seeing
3 would make sense. Ken Palm has it 4. I think 4 or 5.
So, any lean on this one, or should we head out?
Charleston. Yeah, there was a. They only played once, right? Did I miss something?
Yes, I'm pretty positive.
It was a close game, was it not? I forgot.
It was a 20 point blowout for. No, they played twice. On the road at Charleston, 2-point win for Wilmington, and then at Wilmington, 20-point beatdown.
Okay.
I like Wilmington tomorrow. This Charleston team I have not been a fan of all year. I mean, they've gone on the road and they've teams they should blow out. They haven't. They don't really cover a great number here. And you're getting a UNC Wilmington team that's damn good. They've been playing really good. They did lose to Elon and Hampton. But other than that, I mean, Hofstra, Towson were their 2 losses, and then they lost to Kansas, Colgate, and Howard. So the Howard one blows my mind. I still don't know how they lost to Howard, but other than that, like they don't have like bad losses on here. And that Hampton team was hot at the right time during that stretch there. But I like Wilmington here. They're experienced, they're long, they're athletic, and all they have to do is really shut down Brzovic for the most part. And I think that'll put a clog into Charleston's offense there. I mean, he does so much for that team, and if he's rendered ineffective or just isn't getting his normal production, I think they're going to really struggle. And Wilmington's fired up. I mean, they were up 20 something today. They took their foot off the gas. It got down to 10, and then they put the foot back down and won that game by like 15, 16 points or whatever. So they're cooking right now. I have no problem laying the 3 with Wilmington. I think they win by like 7 or 8.
Would you lean Wilmington, Toast?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out in that Towson loss that Wilmington had to start conference play, and obviously the reason I mentioned that is Towson's the best team in the conference. They lost that game in overtime. So again, they played the best team in the conference. Not to mention the fact that I get that Charleston has played somewhat decent in a while, but they also haven't faced a team with anywhere near the skill level and talent level of UNC Wilmington since the last time that they played UNC Wilmington and they got beat by 20. Monmouth is absolutely terrible, and it took them overtime to beat Monmouth. So if you can get this 3 or 2.5 anywhere under a full possession, I would definitely be on Wilmington's side.
Yeah, so I think, guys, what we're going to do this week, or Toast, is...
Oh, by the way, I'm off all week. I work tomorrow, and then I'm off the entire week, and then off Thursday, Friday. So if you want to do
I don't know what we're going to do because these day games, there's day games all week. So we probably should do like an 11 a.m. show. But then it's like, what's the point of doing a midnight show to wake up and come back and go through the same shit?
It's up to you. I'm down for
Yeah, I
midnight,
was gonna say,
both
you're the
in the
guru.
morning.
I
You
mean,
know
I
what? You know what we could do is we could
we're
do
all
the.
down. So
I
just
can
know
get
that.
multiple guests where like we could do the midnight show, and then I could like bring maybe if like Moneyline Mac's able to come on, like I could do like Trevor in the midnight show, and then Moneyline Mac in the morning or something. Moneyline Mac in the morning. That sounds like a radio show.
Trademark.
Money line.
So maybe I'll get to like a couple guests. I'll reach out, see if anyone wants to, because that way it's so like people aren't seeing the same exact show, like they're hearing from.
Or
new
we
people.
could, or we could also on the midnight shows or whatever do a couple conference tournament previews or quick ones too, because the bigger conference tournaments are about to start as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what day they start though.
Tuesday. Big 12's Tuesday.
So
Big
what we'll
10's
do
Tuesday.
is there's no college basketball on the 4 p.m. show anymore. 4 p.m. show will just be NBA because there's no point. The college basketball starts in the day. Obviously, that's starting Tuesday, actually, because Monday, I don't think there's any day games on Monday.
Yeah, there's nothing on Monday. so
Oh,
it doesn't
Scoop.
really matter.
Scoop's available this week. So we got Scoop to come back and do these morning shows, too. But, all right.
Cool.
Talk to you all later. Bet the, by the way, everyone go bet. The hell did I bet?
Oh, Pacers, I saw.
Raptors.
Oh, just kidding.
Go bet the Raptors. I also bet the Pacers.